Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TraqiQ's channel. We are here again, once again with AJ, and today we are featuring Mimo Technology CEO Lathika. How are you guys doing this morning, evening? I know Lathika, you are halfway across the ocean there.
Yes,
Very
very
well,
well.
Mike.
Good,
Good.
good. Glad to hear it. So, news is out today that TraqiQ is acquiring Mimo Technologies, which is a digital service provider based out of India. So, AJ, would you like to kick off this?
Yes, very much, Mike. We are very excited to have the team from Mimo join the TraqiQ family. We've been talking for some time. Mimo's been part of the TraqiQ ecosystem for quite some time because the company runs on the core software platform, Track Suite, that we offer. So we've had that partnership in place for a long time, and by having the company become part of the TraqiQ family is just such an important element. As I've mentioned in the past, there are three primary pillars that our business is focused around. We've got the target pillar, where we help identify the customers. We have the transact pillar, where we have a variety of fintech tools where we do the transactions. And the third is the deliver pillar, where we have software to manage deliveries via task workers and so on. And now with the Mimo team joining us, we actually have a delivery service. We have 14,000 people on the street in India who are actually delivering things and doing a variety of other tasks. So very excited to have the team, and I'll hand it back to you, Mike.
All right, all right. It sounds like an exciting acquisition. But Lathika, would you be able to tell me more about what Mimo does? Can you just break it down real simple for everybody watching?
Yes, sure. So Mimo attempts to disrupt the supply chain in the gig worker space, basically, as he said, the task workers. You know, pan India, across the geographical spread of India, there are lots and lots of people who live in semi-urban rural parts of India who don't get access to the products and services one would like, right? So in order to get better access to these services, we built on a concept where it's like a platform which allows enterprises anywhere in the world to push out what we call it as a task.
Mhm.
So that task is based on standard SLAs and SOPs that the client or the customer enterprise thinks is quality task done. And then once it's pushed out onto the system, somebody on the other hand who gets this work based on the pin code. So it's an automatic task push. So based on the pin code that they are in, they're able to pick up that task and execute it.
So then, you guys were already working together. You said, how does you guys actually acquiring Mimo bring you guys closer together and make this better for everybody?
I think there are a couple of dimensions that are
Yeah.
really
So
unique.
Mimo,
The first dimension is,
okay.
us being able to provide this end-to-end solution. And the second is our being able to take this particular offering to multiple markets, right? Um, to me, the specific element of saying, hey, we could go to South Asia, we could go to other emerging markets, go to New Zealand, and so on. But I'll have Latika go into the next level of detail because the growth opportunities for us are amazing.
Okay, Lathika, we'll kick it to you.
We've implemented Mimo right now. It's a track suite, as he had mentioned earlier, track suite implementation. The product allows you to implement multiple use cases for a task force. So you could be an engineering company with sales or with technical skill, and based on the training and based on the level of skill, you could have all of them on this ecosystem as well, where tasks are pushed out, and the person who is skilled, let's say, on the server or on storage, is able to attend to the call based on the service required, right? So this platform is really, as he correctly mentioned, is a very robust platform that we hope to take all over the world. Multiple use cases, as I said, in India specifically, Mimo, we are with the name Mimo for that product as a service, wherein we're servicing a whole host of verticals. We start industry verticals. So we start with, very basic the financial sector, and we're able to support them in doing work such as verification or eKYC, right? We're able to do surveys for them. We're able to collect data from the ground. And this is happening all very easily or very smoothly because education is not a key indicator for the task force. All of these skills are learned on the job, and a lot of this is technology enables a person in that specific pin code, to be able to conduct these tasks. Okay, I'll give you a small example. For instance, we're doing something for Hero Finance in India, where we're able to pick up a certain item that they have, and we're able to deliver it to customer no matter which part of India they are in, right? And multiple such transactions are happening at the same time. So the time to deliver, or the time to penetrate these markets, therefore, is quickened, and therefore the operational costs involved in the same is also reduced. Right? What essentially the system has, and I'd just like to draw your attention to this, is at the back end. I'd like you to visualize actually one very simple thing. Let's say you have multiple stores, or you have multiple franchisees across the world, and you need to settle with each franchisee, right? How would you do it? In today's time, it's operationally very heavy, because at every point of time you need to have somebody tallying what has been done versus what's the target, and therefore what commission goes to you. Whereas in the system, it's all completely automated at the back end. There again, quickening that process of, or reducing the operational costs for an enterprise, right? So these are just some use cases of how we can utilize this product. So Mimo comes very closely involved, because here is a beautiful product that has actually been implemented on the ground. So a lot of the key challenges that customers may be facing, or the actual end user is facing, is incorporated, is collected, picked up, and therefore the product becomes really powerful and brilliant, because it's really got several years of user, let's say, feedback.
Okay. What would you guys say the next steps are after this acquisition's been announced here?
Oh, as he very correctly said, I think the next step is to go global. So no matter where you are in the world, one must be able to reach out very quickly, make a verification very quickly. You should be able to access the last mile instantly. It should not be such a challenge to penetrate markets. And I think with a tool like this, one can envision this, really growing global, getting it into not just developing countries, but developed countries as well. As I said, there are multiple use cases one can implement this for. And when you have a back-end automated settlement, which allows enterprises to own the data that they are generating, really, which otherwise goes into a payment gateway, or which is not really collected in their database, right? I think it makes it a great selling point.
Right. I'll add one other dimension to it. It ultimately comes back to who we are and what we're doing, and we are disrupting the supply chain in a global manner. So the example that Latika gave of a task worker sitting in Singapore that you from Ohio are trying to manage, right? And it's not just about the work that they do. It starts right at the beginning with verifying who they are, verify the work that they're doing, send them payment, settle at the back end, etc. Now, the core of everything is supply chain, because you're getting a lot of work done. But behind it, we have the fintech tools. Behind it, we have all the analytics and machine learning. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the background with a lot of technology
Yeah.
that simplifies, our customers' life.
Yeah, you really help making it a more frictionless experience for everybody.
Correct.
That's good. And the best technology, as you had said, it's all happening in the background. People don't even know exactly what's happening.
There's a lot of talk in the world about ESG. We have a very high social impact with what we're doing. There, a very large part of the team that we work with is getting employment from us. They view themselves as entrepreneurs. They view themselves as not just task workers, but as business people.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have this infrastructure to provide them employment, they would have a hard time. So there's a very high social component to what we do as well.
Yeah, you guys are really enabling people to reach their potential. That's great. That is really good. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on before we sign off today? I really appreciate having you on, Lathika.
Uh,
Thank you.
that'll be good.
Well, I think just last to conclude, I would just say that TrackSuite as a platform enables enterprises to target their customer very focused, to help them transact, and therefore create data for their own analysis that helps them then grow. Right.
Wonderful. Well, AJ, pleasure as always. Lathika, it was great having you on as well. I hope you guys have great mornings and evenings, no matter where you are. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Don't be afraid to subscribe. Leave a comment below. Have a wonderful day.